Hi, my name is Noah, and in today's video, I'll be showing you how to run an Atlas agent for schema monitoring using a configuration file rather than setting it up on the Atlas cloud. Now, this setup prevents any ClickUps mistakes and makes it easier to update the parameters as needed. The setup also helps you maintain consistency, clarity, and control over your monitoring instances. Here is an example of a monitoring configuration file. So I first start off by getting a bot token from my agent on Atlas Cloud and storing that as an environment variable that will then get passed into this file. I've also created an instance called monitor that will be monitoring some MySQL schemas. I have my connection info to that MySQL area with my host, my user, and then my password will be passed through an environment variable. I have a scope called all that will be covering both my production and development schemas. And I have a snapshot interval of 1 hour. So every hour, the monitoring agent will store a snapshot of my schemas. I also have statistics enabled, which by default occurs every 24 hours. That way I'll be able to see the statistics that we gather from monitoring our schemas. So let's run this very quickly, and we'll be able to see how that works. Now that that's running, I can go to the monitoring tab on Atlas Cloud. And once I refresh, I should see this instance right here, monitor with my agent. And once we click that, I have 4 tables. So I have products and users tables in both production and development. And now I'm going to go to stats to kind of see what it looks like at the moment. So since I just started, I have one measurement from today, December 17th. That finished great. That's why it's green. If it were red, that would mean there was an error, and it would say the error here, and I'd be able to investigate what went wrong. The first thing you'll see in statistics is the database sizes. So currently I'm in all schemas. I can also go right to development, or I can go to production, but I'm going to look at all of them for a moment. I have the size of all of those schemas that are being monitored together, as well as the breakdown between how much of that is data and how much of that is indexes. Also, since I only have one measurement, I only have one data point right here. And then the same kind of goes for tables and indexes. I have the count and the size for both tables and indexes. And you can see here on the table, it only really shows today and nothing from the history. But as the days go on, you'll be able to see all of the previous days that were measured. We also have the largest tables and indexes here. Currently, there are only 2 of each, so it can report up to 10, and right now I'm only seeing those 2 that I have for each of them. And as you add data to your tables and to your indexes, the fastest growing tables and indexes will be shown here. Then we have a summary chart down here for the tables and indexes, and you can see it's clarified by schema name for both the tables and the indexes. Now let's look at the statistics page for an instance that's been monitored for quite some time now. We can see here that this has been running for a few days. Here we have that history chart that I was mentioning. You can see in the last 7 days plus today, so 8 days, how the table size and count has grown over time, as well as the indexes. And we also see that here for the largest tables and indexes. We just have more data here. Still nothing has been growing in that time, so we don't have anything to report here. But since this was only one schema, you can see there's only the table name column. And for indexes, it's only table name and index name, no need for a schema specification. But this is how it should look after some time of monitoring. So that is how you can get set up using Atlas Schema Monitoring using a configuration file. If you would like to learn more about the customizations to this configuration file and how to deploy your Atlas Schema Monitoring to platforms like Helm or Terraform, there are docs on our website that will be linked in the description. And if you have any questions or run into any issues, please feel free to leave a comment below or head to our website for our Discord links and our intercom to chat with the team. So I hope that was informative, and have a great day.